Hi, it's me Russell, and I'm back again with another Miss Malaika pyramid video. Alright, I know I am a little bit behind because I just posted my review for the Know Your Delegate episode. That was yesterday, Monday. Today is Tuesday. I'm doing the culture night. I hope to be able to put this out before Sunday. So I'm looking at Friday, maximum Saturday morning. This week was the culture night. I know evasion is this week, and I think evictions are on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, they do the evictions. Wednesday, they prepare. Thursday, they do the filming. I like this episode. The delegate all did well. Although I said I don't like them being paired, I think this is an advantage for me to be able to share my opinions or my thoughts I have on each delegate. This week, the ranking is going to be by the groups that I think they did well. I think they all did well. And also, my metrics for analyzing the delegate this week, I think it was kind of similar to the judge. So my metrics was definitely communication, their language. I was also looking out for performance, energy, how they were in sync with each other. Were they communicating with me behind the screen? Because communicating with people around you is different from communicating with somebody behind the screen. So the last one I'm looking at is beauty. How they were able to bring the beauty out of our culture. Yes, not just their face, but how they were able to bring the beauty out of our culture. I was also looking for creativity as well. So these are my metrics for analyzing the delegate. This review is in two parts. The first part, which is the first five delegates, those are my honorable mention. Then we move to the pyramid. Those are the girls I believe they are doing well, they did well, they put in their energy, they want to be seen, they want to win the crown. They are here for win. They are not here to play. They are the beast. So let's get into it. Starting with the honorable mentions. On my honorable mention list is Whitney and Salma. Alright, let me be honest. I know some people are going to call me mean, but I'm not mean. I felt like they didn't put in much effort into their performance. It was okay, average, not below. I like their costume. They were looking beautiful. I felt their dance wasn't too natural. You can tell that they are just performing for performance sake. It wasn't very believable. But what are their local language? I was expecting to hear that. I didn't hear that. So I felt like they didn't put in much effort. They looked lackluster on the screen. Maybe they were more energetic, but on the screen, I felt like they were very lackluster. And they didn't take their task seriously. That was how I felt. Next on my honorable mention list is Maureen and Nakia. Another okay performance. It didn't feel natural. Clearly, you could tell that none of them could speak Ghana, and they didn't take the opportunity to learn at least 2, 3, maximum. Just give me one line. Just give me one line.
And I like how Maureen said Popoy instead of Pigbley, because a lot of us are used to Pigbley, but we don't know that the other name for Pigbley is Popoy.
You know what? You know what I was thinking? They were in character. You could tell that was not them. That was not them. That was not their authentic self. This was what I was preferring them to do. It's culture night, yes. They were doing homework, yes. How do Ghana celebrate homework in 2024? I was expecting that. If they came in as that, they could have fly. But they were trying to emulate the warriors. They didn't nail it. They didn't nail it. I felt like it was a little bit, just a little bit, all over the place. Alright, moving on to the next group on my honorable mention list is MFA and Nasiba. Oh my god, I think I had so much high expectation of this group. Most of the group, I thought that this group was going to nail it. I was disappointed. I didn't hear them speaking Tree, although they are not accounts, so I cannot assume that they can speak Tree perfectly. But I felt like I was expecting them to hear some speak Tree. I was expecting them. I felt they needed a little more rehearsals because these are the stories that we've heard over and over again. We knew the story, so they should have been more creative with it so that it sounds new, refreshing. Look at something that we've not talked about much about this and present it. My next one is Nana Brago and Elom. Another one I feel like, They could have done way better. Another one I felt like they could have done so much, especially mixing fancy with the English. That was more cultural. I was hoping to see that. They were rather talking about the history around how these festivals came to be, which is very good. I know they were trying to do a little bit of skate, which was also good, but there was something off. There was something really off. I felt like they had low energy. I felt like they weren't in sync together. And also, like the previous group I've mentioned, they didn't speak enough of the local dialect. I don't know who their target audience was. So it took away from the traditional touch, the cultural aspect. It looked like they were cosplaying. Yeah, they were all cosplaying. But I needed to be sold, and I was not. On the last slot on my honorable mention list is Delphine and Asantua. I think the only reason why this group made it this far to this point was that I gave them A for an effort, especially with Delphine. I feel like Delphine held this group a lot. I could hear that she was trying to incorporate the local dialect, which she didn't sound convincing. You could tell that this is a foreigner. Also, her accent. I think her accent didn't help her at all. I struggled hearing her. I felt like Asantua was more like back burner of the group. I think the previous group, most of them did well than this group, but I could recognize the effort in this group. I felt like they were really put an effort to do something. Their costume visually, it was off for me. Visually, it was off for me. It felt like two individuals just put on stage and trying to find their way out. That was the honorable mention list. Now let's move to the pyramid. This episode was a culture night and they were celebrating the historical festivals in Ghana. Let's move to the pyramid and let's see which group nailed it. They tried it, but let's move to the pyramid. So at the base, at the number 5, Denise and Tessie. Okay, I think one thing that stood out for me for this group is that their energy was insane. I enjoyed their energy. I think another thing that made me love this group is the plot twist, where Tessie was like, okay, I'm out of the country, I'm going to celebrate Halloween, I'm going to celebrate whatever. And Denise was telling her, okay, I'm here celebrating my culture, my festival, my roots. And Tessie was like, boom, no, I'm also in touch with my culture. I'm going to celebrate this. I know how to do this. I feel like I like the little creativity in there. Although they didn't stood out for me, although I wish they spoke a little more of the local dialect. That's the Nzima. They were doing Kundum, so definitely they needed to say some few lines in Nzima. But it was good. The group that made it the first slot is Aisha and Adelaide. Fun fact, I like Adelaide. Like, I like how calm she is. That was a good pair. Their energy matched. Although Aisha had a thick accent, I think I could hear Aisha clearly. Like, all her dialogue, I could hear her clearly. It was Adelaide that she was muffling her words. Like, I couldn't hear her speak very well. And also, they didn't speak a lot of that's Adangbe. They didn't speak Adangbe. I was a bit confused with Aisha's costume as well. Although she explained it, I didn't really get it. No, I could tell Adelaide was a bit nervous. I could tell that she was a bit nervous. Aside that, they did well. Making it in the third slot on the honorable mention list is Cherise and Efia Lois. I like their introduction. It was perfect, flawless. I like it. Very catchy, like how they came in, they're screaming, they're whipping. It got my attention. I like the story that it told. The only thing I didn't like is their costume. Although Cherise was trying to depict a slave, I think she could have done better. I also like their chemistry. They had a good chemistry as well. You can tell Ever is not Cherise's language. She didn't pronounce some of the words right. I'm not an Ever guy, but I could hear that these words are not being pronounced right. I love how they mirrored the story. Although I've heard the story a lot of times, I love how they presented it. It felt new, but the content wasn't new. That's what I wish their content was. They should have spiced it up a bit, do a little bit of deep research to come up with. I think the lady just said it because that was what I was thinking. I think I was in sync with the lady judge because some of the things I was thinking was what she said. Moving to the second slot, which they almost made it. They almost made it. That's Anapari and Marie. I think they did well. I like it. I like their narration. I like the chemistry between them. But it felt like something that I've heard before. Like I've heard and seen before. But it was good. I think their energy level was a bit low, especially when it came to the dancing. I didn't feel much energy because, come on, the energy that we put into our dancing, I didn't feel that energy. But their outfit was good. They looked good in their costume. I like Anna Paris' makeup. She looked different, but look her, and she was beautiful in it. I feel like they could have pushed more. They could have done more. Anyway, I won't be surprised if they win this start. I won't be surprised, but they're not the people I'm tipping to win.
Okay, editing Russell here. I have a thought I needed to include it to this video. So I was talking about Marie should not be putting her acting forward too much in the previous episode. This is why I was saying that, because this episode was the best opportunity for her to show her acting skill that could have elevated their performance, because there weren't a lot of high points in their performance. There wasn't any striking or memorable thing in their performance as a group. So I think her acting could have elevated the group performance. But we've already seen her acting audition, Know Your Delegate, here and there. So we weren't surprised with her performance anymore. We are gradually getting used to that. That was why I was saying that she should have been very strategic with that, and that could have fly. So her next hidden talent in anything, she should strategically reveal it and let it be in one of the tags which elevate their tags into a winning slot.
The group that made it to the top of my pyramid this week, and I was surprised. I felt that the pairing was a bit odd, but they pulled through. That's Lucille and Elizabeth. I don't want one to overshadow the other person, but I think they found out something that works for them. That they realized that, okay, maybe we talking a lot may not help us, so why don't we perform it? Why don't we put on an act? And they know the act. Like, I was sold. It felt like I was there celebrating the festival with them. They embodied the character. For a second, I couldn't identify them. Although Lucille is like a skinny light-skinned girl, that's Lucille. But I couldn't identify Elizabeth. Just that their voice deceived them. If they could have a little bit matured their voice a bit, they could have done it. Their costume was good, was beautiful. For best costume, it's definitely going to them. Good. I like the little bit of aesthetics that they brought in, their props. I like the firemen and the timing in which the fire people came in. There are a little bit of talking and presentation. I could tell Elizabeth was a little bit timid there, but she was good. Lucille was not overshadowing her. I think one of them missed their step during the dance. I'll give it a pass. They were my favorite for the night. I enjoyed them. If they don't win this culture task, I'll be a little bit sad. But my major critique, they didn't speak any local language. I was like, that caused them, like, not one word. Some of the groups spoke one word. They didn't speak one. I was like, But there were so many high points that the biased me is willing to look over and say that, yeah, they deserve it. Let's give it to them. Because there were a lot of high notes in their performance. This is it for this video. Let me know in the comment section below who you thought did well in this episode. Who is your fave? Thank you so much for watching this video. This is it for now. I appreciate you for watching. There's so much content out there, but you chose to watch this. I am humble and I'm appreciative. See you in the next one. Bye bye.